there is no chapter next week, so for those people who are expecting a chapter, there won't be. The chapter starts with Noelle piercing Vanica. She speed blitzes her with her lance, and Vanica goes straight into 50% because she is at a slight disadvantage. Now she forms this devilish hand, and I was wondering whether that hand is a hand that comes from her devil transformation, but that doesn't seem to be the case, because when you look at the shading, the coloring in the manga, when you see the wings sprout out from using 50% and you look at the hand which Vanica created, those are two different shades, and I remember devil powers or appearances are complete black, right? So that definitely comes from her blood magic. Now, but she loses cool and increases her devil magic as time progresses. She keeps going up 1% at a time. And Noelle basically asks about her mother. First of all, villains only remember those who posed a threat or gave them a hard time, right? Number one is that Vanica doesn't even remember Noelle's mother, meaning that she could have probably been fodder, or she was just on a rampage and didn't care about who she was attacking. So probably Noelle's mother got caught in whatever Vanica was doing, because Vanica did remember Lolopechka's name, meaning that Lolopechka has some kind of significance, or she is important enough for her to remember Lolopechka's name. So if she does not remember Noelle's mother's name, then she was probably further or insignificant to some extent. Two is, previously it was established that Noelle shouldn't really talk about the curse or her mother in general, because if she did, she was going to get cursed, and this devil that cursed her mother and caused her to die is right in front of her. So the fact that she's talking about her mother, shouldn't she be easy to curse then? I don't see why that is not happening at the moment, right? So in a few other panels we see Arslicok, which confirms that he will always revive no matter how much damage is done to him. This is definitely Vanica's devil power, because all we've seen is her speed increase, so we haven't exactly seen what the devil's power is yet. So I feel like reviving is the only thing that we've seen, and if that is the case, if she can revive others, she can revive herself, so she could possibly be immortal. So that means she cannot be defeated, and the only way to defeat her is to seal her away. So the most important thing I want to talk about this chapter is that Lolopechka confirms that her grimoire is an artifact that has been passed down for generations, right? So I have a lot of questions. Thing is, number one, when a person dies, the grimoire disappears, so why doesn't the Heart Queen's one do the same thing? And how is it, possible for them to pass on their grimoire when it disappears when they die, right? Two is, it's been established that you cannot use someone else's grimoire. If that is the case, then how is she able to take that grimoire and use it? That makes absolutely no sense. There must be some kind of explanation. Maybe there's a way for someone to, steal your grimoire and then, sell it, and then they perform, I don't know, some kind of magic on it, which allows them to convert the grimoire to be usable by anybody, right? And that's number three. Maybe the specialty of that grimoire is that it can be wielded by anybody, but that wouldn't make sense. And if you can actually use someone else's grimoire through some form of means, then it would make sense why Yuno's grimoire was, almost stolen and sold. So yeah, that kind of gives me a lot to think about, but I want to know what you guys think, right? So Lolopechka cries, even though she's a leader, she is depicted to be mighty and fearless, but she shows her human side, and that kind of adds depth to her character. I feel like this character is more realistic and can be related to, because she has so much responsibility and she's about to die, and most of the time when heroic characters are about to die, they accept it, right? But Lolopechka is human. She basically says that she's not ready to die, she doesn't want to, and that's exactly how a character should be. They should be human, they should be relatable to us so we can connect with them, and I feel like that is what makes her character human to me. So Vanica goes 70% and injures Noelle. According to her, 70% is basically full power. Now, that leads me to one question, which is, why can't she go 80%? I don't think that her body cannot handle it, because clearly she's a psycho and the power is perfect for a person of her type of personality. So I think maybe anything above 70% allows the devil to basically take control of your body, and thus you surrendering your soul and your body to them. So I feel like that's the reason why 70% is a full power. She can go, above that, but then after she goes above that, there is no returning from that, because then the devil will have power over her and they take her body. For some reason, they were waiting for her to use full power, and Nero swoops in to seal her. And to be honest with you, I hope this is the end of Vanica. I doubt that is the case, but I hope it is, because her character is really not interesting. She just has one gag, which is killing intent. That's basically it. There's no other depth to her character. We don't know what her motives are, and it doesn't seem like she has any. She just wants to kill. And characters like that are very boring, so I hope we don't see Vanica again, and that this is the, end of her character. But then again, the solution that they used to seal Vanica is a good one, and I hope she doesn't escape, because remember, if her minions can revive, then that means that she can do that to herself, and that's what her devil power is, which basically makes her immortal. And the only way to beat someone who is immortal is by sealing them. And that basically concludes the chapter. So I want to know you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Now, if you click on the left, you can actually view my theory in which I explain how a devil's power works, and if you click on the right, I explain Julius Novachrono's life.